You're 9 years old, sitting at a kitchen table, and two men are giving you opposite advice about money. One is your biological father. He has a PhD. He climbed the education ladder exactly the way society told him to. Scholarships, graduate degrees, a prestigious government job. He earns a respectable salary. He drives a reliable car. He tells you the same thing every adult in your life tells you. Study hard, get good grades, find a secure job with benefits, and you'll be fine. The other man is your best friend's father. He dropped out of high school. He owns a few small businesses around town, nothing glamorous. He doesn't talk like a professor. He talks like someone who spent his life watching money move. And one afternoon, he looks at you and says something you've never heard before. The poor and middle class work for money. The rich make money work for them. You don't fully understand what that means, but something about it sticks. You'll spend the next 50 years figuring it out. Your best friend's father offers you a job. You're excited finally. Real money. He puts you to work in one of his convenience stores, dusting shelves and stacking cans for 10 cents an hour. After a few weeks, you're furious. You march into his office, ready to quit. He smiles. Then he offers you nothing. Not a raise, nothing. He tells you to keep working for free. You think he's insane, but you stay. And slowly, something shifts. You stop thinking like an employee waiting for a paycheck. You start looking around. You notice the store throws away old comic books every week. You ask if you can have them. He says yes. You set up a tiny library in your basement and charge neighborhood kids 10 cents for 2 hours of reading time. You're 10 years old, and you've just created your first business. No one paid you to do it. No boss handed you a task. You saw something others ignored and turned it into income. That's the lesson. The paycheck is a trap. The real skill is seeing what everyone else walks past. Your educated father buys a house. He calls it his biggest investment. He's proud of it. Your rich dad shakes his head. He draws a simple diagram on a napkin, 2 columns. One says assets. One says liabilities. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out. Your father's house? It takes money out every single month. Mortgage, taxes, insurance, repairs. That's not an asset. That's a liability disguised as the American dream. The rich dad owns rental properties. Tenants pay him every month. He uses that income to buy more properties. The money cycles back into itself, growing. You realize the distinction is brutally simple, and almost no one makes it. People buy cars they can't afford, houses that drain them, gadgets that depreciate the moment they're opened, and they call it building wealth. The rich buy things that pay them. Then they use those payments to buy more things that pay them. The cycle compounds. Most people live on a treadmill. Fear makes them work. Fear of bills. Fear of losing the job, fear of what the neighbors might think if they downgrade their car. Then payday comes, and greed takes over. A little extra money, a little treat, a little lifestyle inflation, the treadmill speeds up. Your educated father lives this cycle. He earns more, spends more, earns more, spends more. At the end of his life, he has almost nothing despite decades of work and an impressive title. Your rich dad never worked for a salary after his 20s. He worked on his businesses. He bought small assets when he had small money, larger assets when the small ones grew. He wasn't smarter. He just refused to let a paycheck be the ceiling. You begin to understand. A job can give you income, but only assets give you freedom. Your educated father helped design school curricula. He believed in the system, but the system never taught a single lesson about money. You can graduate with honors and not know the difference between a stock and a bond. You can earn a law degree and not understand how taxes work. Schools train employees, people who are useful to someone else's business. They don't train owners. They don't train investors. Your rich dad's education came from ledgers, from deals gone wrong, from watching cash flow. He read balance sheets the way your father read novels. You realize the most dangerous gap in your education is the one no one told you existed. You grow up. You have your own children now. And one day, you sit at your own kitchen table and you hear the same old advice coming out of your mouth. Study hard, get good grades, find a secure job. You stop yourself. You remember the napkin with 2 columns. You remember the comic book library in your basement. You remember the difference between the man with the PhD and the man who dropped out. One worked his whole life and died with nothing. The other built something that paid him whether he worked or not. The question isn't which path is easier. Both are hard. One is hard and leads somewhere. The other is hard and leads back to the start. Your children are watching. They'll learn what you do, not what you say. The lesson is simple. Assets over liabilities. Income you build over income you beg for. A life designed around freedom, not around fear. You were taught to work for money. The real skill is making money work for you. That's the difference between a rich dad and a poor one. And now the choice is yours.